Red Cross national survey finds Americans are overconfident and underprepared for home fires. So the Red Cross is doing something about that. Joining us live from the Red Cross Situation Room is President and CEO Gail J. McGovern. Good morning, Gail. And I understand it's a sad truth that 40% of people polled believe they are more likely to win the lottery or get struck by lightning than to experience a home fire.
That is absolutely right. But in fact, the Red Cross responds to 64,000 disasters on average every year, and the vast majority of those are home fires. So obviously, what people believe in that instance just isn't true. They're a lot more common than you would think. And sadly, every single day, on average, 7 people will die from a home fire.
So you're doing something about that. Tell us about the Sound the Alarm campaign.
Well, since October of 2014, we have been installing free smoke alarms in communities across the country, and we have passed the 1.1 million mark in terms of how many smoke alarms we've installed, and I'm really proud of the fact that 416 lives were saved. And so what we're doing now is we're putting a big blitz out for, in 16 days, we're galvanizing 28,000 volunteers to install smoke alarms in 100 different cities across the United States. And we're really excited about the effort. We go into communities with a stepladder and a drill and a bunch of free smoke alarms, and we install them right there on the spot. And if people have smoke alarms, we sit down and we explain to them how they need to get out of their house, because you only have 2 minutes to escape a home fire.
And I understand this is happening now from April 28th to May 13th. What can people do to make sure their family is safe?
Well, there are 2 things that you can do to keep your family safe. The first is to come up with a plan as to what you would do if you were a victim of a home fire. And you need to practice that on a fairly regular basis in order to make sure you can get out in 2 minutes. And the other thing you can do is have working smoke alarms. Those smoke alarms cut the death by half. So those working smoke alarms really make a difference, and we're all about saving lives, and that's why we're getting the message out.
And Gail, how can people get involved in the Sound the Alarm campaign?
Well, thank you so much for asking that question. They can go to soundthealarm.org, and they can see ways they can volunteer. And like I said, we're galvanizing 28,000 volunteers, so you just need to get on the website and find out where one of these events are happening in your community. And if you don't have the time to volunteer, you can make a financial donation to help the American Red Cross pay for these free smoke alarms.
That is fantastic, Gail. And I'm just hoping that everybody within the sound of our voice walks over to their home detector, checks it, makes sure it's working. Sometimes we take those for granted. We don't change the batteries, and it's sitting up there, and we just assume it's going to work maybe after it's up there installed for years. But this is really a great way to get everybody to remind them that the Red Cross really wants people to be aware of this, because it can happen, sadly, and this can actually save lives. We want to thank Gail McGovern from the American Red Cross. And if you would like to know more, folks, this campaign is called Sound the Alarm. So you can just simply go to American Red Cross, soundthealarm.org.